I'm somebody who, when I'm buying coffee or really any other product, I don't feel like I necessarily need to support 100% of the views of the people who are behind the company. Maybe you might disagree with me on that, and that's okay, but that's just...
Do you know how impossible it is to ethically shop under capitalism? Like, genuinely? Like, if you want it to be just 100%, like, consciously clear all the time, it's like, I don't support SodaStream, I don't support this isn't ethically sourced, this is not fair trade, okay, I only buy organic, I only buy local, I only blah, blah, blah. Like, you'll never, ever, like, anyone can point to one thing in your home and be like, nah, sorry, there is no ethical consumption. All right, let's check out this new arc that I've been loving lately. That is, all the conservatives are fighting over Brandy Love showing up to CPAC with her bubbas. They were very upset at that. They don't want anyone to be making money in the capitalism with their bodies. That's a bad thing, okay? And Black Rifle Coffee is apparently under the firing squad as well. I don't know. I'm interested. King Gwendo, thank you. You don't have any ruckus, so I brought salsa? No, you gotta bring the motherfucking ruckus, I told you. WAP would be against Ben Shapiro's values. True. He's not down with WAP. He only likes DAP.
Lauren here. Let's talk about gatekeeping among the right. We're going to be getting into coffee, porn stars, content creators behaving badly. It's just going to be a wild ride. So recently, Black Rifle Coffee Company was trending on social media, and not for very good reasons. And I do just want to say, since I'm talking about this story, that I previously did have Black Rifle Coffee Company as a sponsor when I was with Blaze TV. They sponsored our show for quite a few months, but during that entire time period, I never spoke directly to the people who work for that company. It was all the Blaze's sales team handling everything. So I wouldn't necessarily say that I had a personal relationship, with the CEO, the founders of Black Rifle Coffee Company, but I did just want to let you all know about that connection in case you weren't aware of it. So during the whole Kyle Rittenhouse fiasco, him being charged with murder, some people saying that it was self-defense, others saying that it was cold-blood murder. He went out looking for a fight. While that was all unraveling, a photo was released of Kyle Rittenhouse wearing a Black Rifle Coffee Company t-shirt. After that image started making the rounds, some people started saying that, oh, Kyle Rittenhouse was sponsored by Black Rifle Coffee Company, and, that they are funding his legal fees and all of these other things that, of course, were not true. Kyle Rittenhouse was simply wearing a Black Rifle Coffee Company t-shirt. The brand had nothing to do with him. That's not really the story, though, nor why people on the right first got upset with Black Rifle Coffee Company. After that image started circulating, one of the founders, Hafer of Black Rifle Coffee Company, people who follow him on Twitter, started noticing that he was liking certain tweets, essentially.
Hey guys, first and foremost, I wanted to thank everyone for all your continued support for Black Rifle Coffee. We've been in quite a little shit fight the last couple of days across social media. There's been a lot of misinformation, a lot of hearsay and speculation thrown out there. So I wanted to get the facts straight with you guys. Number one, did we sponsor Kyle Rittenhouse? The answer is no. The reason for that, and the reason why I think it's important, is that we're not in the business of profiting from tragedy. We're not in the business of profiting from this event. We have zero interest in collecting $1.
How did this happen? I just left for 1 second, opened a new tab, and then he went sideways. You know what? It's better. I'm going to keep this.
From any of this. It is ethically inappropriate for us to do so or even give the perception. So why did we come out and say that? I wanted to make sure everybody knew we would not profit from this. Okay? So number two, did we separate our Blaze Media marketing contract because of that? No, we had a series of discussions with Blaze because there was a promotional code attached to an image of this. We said we do not want to be associated with profiting from this. Same thing I just said. We don't want to be associated with profiting from this.
This is such utter bullshit. You can't have it both ways. You can't use Kyle Rittenhouse, everything that he's associated with, get him in a shirt, and then do a promo code related to that and say we're not in any way trying to profit off this national tragedy with our little golden boy. Rittenhouse shot first.
Essentially referring to Rittenhouse as a loser. And by the way, for people who aren't familiar with Black Rifle Coffee Company, they are a brand that kind of positions themselves as the conservative alternative to something like Starbucks, which is all about wokeness and progressiveness. Instead, Black Rifle Coffee Company, they call themselves coffee for people who...
Starbucks is like performative wokeness at its best. I mean, come on. It's always like, oh yeah, we engage in fair trade. Everything's fine. And then it's like, oh, do you know that some of these coffee beans are coming from Ecuador where they have gross human rights violations and the workers are not paid well?
Love America. They are founded by 2 veterans. They try to employ as many veterans as possible. They also send a lot of coffee overseas to troops who are deployed. So they really lean into that whole conservative, patriotic branding and movement. So with that being said, since a lot of people who are conservative on the right and who do like Black Rifle Coffee Company also tend to support the idea that Kyle Rittenhouse did act in self-defense when that CEO was liking tweets that indicated he did not support Kyle Rittenhouse, a lot of people got really upset about that. At this point, again, this is all just for transparency's sake, I was still with the Blaze, but Black Rifle Coffee Company had dropped my show. They were no longer sponsoring my show or my videos specifically, which honestly, no ill will toward them for that. It is just about business. So if people weren't subscribing through my code or link, whatever, I don't hold that against them. And at this time, I did come out to say that, hey, let's not cancel Black Rifle Coffee Company just for liking some tweets or just for not supporting Kyle Rittenhouse. I, of course, do support Kyle Rittenhouse. If you watch my videos, you probably already know that. But it's not a big enough issue, in my opinion, where I would want to remove my business from that brand because the CEO likes some tweets I don't agree with. Fast forward to today, though, and Black Rifle Coffee Company recently did an interview with the New York Times, and I no longer support Black Rifle Coffee Company. I'll be getting into why, but first I do want to say a huge thank you to
today's sponsor, White Rifle Coffee. It's the same as Black Rifle Coffee, except it's whiter. So now you don't have to feel nearly as bad.
The Starbucks of the right, writing that the company doubled its
Emma Stranger 93, thank you so much. Welcome back.
Sales last year by leaning into America's culture war, but noting that it's also trying to distance itself from some of its new customers. I'm somebody who, when I'm buying coffee or really any other product, I don't feel like I necessarily need to support 100% of the views of the people who are behind the company. Maybe you might disagree with me on that, and that's okay, but that's just...
Do you know how impossible it is to ethically shop under capitalism? Like, genuinely? Like, if you want it to be just 100%, like, consciously clear all the time, it's like, I don't support SodaStream, I don't support this isn't ethically sourced, this is not fair trade, okay, I only buy organic, I only buy local, I only blah, blah, blah. Like, you'll never, ever, like, anyone can point to one thing in your home and be like, nah, sorry, there is no ethical consumption.
Just personally how I conduct my purchasing habits. When it comes to brands I won't shop at, though, really, they're the ones who, not only do I disagree with them, but they actually go so far as to call me a racist or a bigot or a sexist, or really just demean me or my way of life in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to support people who hate me.
Hey, I no longer have a SodaStream. I did my BDS. Okay, I've done my part. That was my cross to bear. I now drink mate. It's Aaron Mate's official soda drink mate. It's produced by Aaron Mate himself. He builds every single one of these by hand. Okay, they're forged in the fires of the glory. So please only support Aaron Mate's drink mate.
And reading through this Black Rifle Coffee Company interview, by the way, I'm just going to start saying BRCC because it's easier. A lot of people, myself included, have maybe started to feel like the differences with the founders of the company, it's not just, oh, I support Kyle Rittenhouse, you don't, no big.
Zapatista coffee? There's a Zapatista coffee? What? Oh, man. Maybe I'll get them to sponsor the show. I've never taken corporate sponsors before, and I really should just start taking like based as corporate sponsors. But something's gonna come out and it's gonna be like, well, this isn't actually like true anarchist coffee, you know, that's actually made from like child labor. Yeah, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble. You're canceled now, Lance.
Big deal. Let's move on. It seems like the people behind.
Yeah, the drink mate was a bit, if you didn't know, I started buying Drink Made instead of SodaStream because everyone was calling me out on drinking SodaStream on air. This is made by a Michigan company, and it was one of the the better ones in the list of soda producers. So there you have it, everybody. I did it.
Behind BRCC are actually drawing a line in the sand
You can't
saying that
lancel me
if
today.
you do support Kyle Rittenhouse, you might be a racist. And if you think I'm being hyperbolic here, let's read the article itself. You can't let sections of your customers hijack your brand and say, this is who you are, best told me. It's like, no, we define that. The Rittenhouse episode may have lost the company thousands of customers, but Hafer believed it also allowed Black Rifle
I gave it away to a friend. I didn't even have to throw it out. A friend of mine was like, I was like, do you want a soda stream? I'm going to be giving this one away. And he's like, yeah, I'll take it.
A line in the sand. It's such a repugnant group of people, Hafer said. It's like the worst of American society, and I got to flush the toilet of some of those people that kind of hijacked portions of the brand. Then again, what Hafer insisted was a super clear delineation was not clear to everyone, as Montreal's choice of headgear vividly demonstrated. The racism effing really pisses me off, Hafer said. I hate racist, proud boyish people. Like, I'll pay them to leave my customer base. I would gladly chop all of those people out of my effing customer database and pay them to get the F out. If that was the case, I asked, had Black Rifle, which sells a Thin Blue Line coffee, considered changing the name of its Beyond Black coffee, a dark roast it has sold for years, to Beyond Black Lives Matter? Surely that would alienate the racists polluting its customer base. So again, Hafer and Best, the people behind BRCC, I don't need them to support Kyle Rittenhouse for me to want to buy their product. However, But
I will cancel culture them instantaneously if I feel even like a soupçon of wokeness. If there's even a slight little sniff, then goddamn, we're cancel culturing that shit as fast as possible.
You start calling people who essentially do support Kyle Rittenhouse or who do support the Proud Boys or who are a Proud Boy, you know, the worst of American society, people who you effing hate, you would pay to get the F out. It's kind of like you are explicitly telling me, which is essentially what you're doing, to not support your product. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. I don't support you anymore. And there are people on the right who have said that, no, this whole BRCC thing, it's just infighting. It's just a way to separate us more than already possible. It is like, if there is infighting, it's not people who are leaving BRCC behind that have started said infighting. It's the person who went to the New York Times of all publications, like noted leftist propagandist, the New York Times, and just called a bunch of their customers racist because they have a different opinion of what happened during the whole...
Noted leftist propagandists, the New York Times. Yeah, nothing more leftist than the New York Times, that's for sure.
Kyle Rittenhouse fiasco. And again, literally all I want from brands is to not tell me to F off, call me racist or anything like that. Just why is that so hard in 2021? And for people who might be thinking that, hey, perhaps the whole Rittenhouse fiasco is like the only point of contention with BRCC, that maybe in this one instance they've really swallowed the mainstream media narrative that everyone who disagrees with them is a racist, think again.
I love that. I love how she's like, all I want is to be able to have my little safe space where all these companies stop calling me a Nazi light for like promoting all these conspiracy theories and promoting all these people who promote conspiracy theories, and for all these people who keep coming on my show. I don't get why I keep getting called out for it. It sucks. You know, I just want to have my little ubu space.
And I bring this whole story up not because it's vital that people stop supporting Black Rifle Coffee Company or make political decisions when purchasing coffee or anything like that, but I just think that this whole saga kind of...
I love how Black Rifle Coffee Company isn't right-wing enough now. That's how far this has gone. The people who got Kyle Rittenhouse to put one of their shirts on and then did a promo code after the fact, they're not right-wing enough. Wow. Cool.
It speaks to a larger issue going on, that is, does the right have the right or the obligation to gatekeep its affiliations? Recently, we also had a situation where Brandy Love, who is a porn star, current porn star, I'm not talking back in the past, she no longer doesn't know, she is a currently practicing or filming porn star who was at a Turning Point USA event. She originally was given a VIP badge to enter the event, but I guess when people higher up in the TPUSA pipeline got wind of that, they actually revoked her pass to the event, which, by the way, was attended by, you know, young teens, minors. It was not just adults there. And now people are calling Turning Point USA and really anyone who supports their decision to not VIP special feature a porn star at an event with minors, you know, gatekeepers, people who are trying to push people out of the right-wing movement, which is exactly exactly the same thing that people who are criticizing BRCC are saying. And it's kind of like, hang on. I get that if we want the right to succeed, it just doesn't make sense for us to spend more time criticizing the right than we do the left. And that's why most of my videos are about the left. But at the same time, if we get to a point where the right essentially becomes the left, what would have been the point of any of this? I mean, if we just keep buying coffee from people who think we're racist, does it matter if the people who think we're racist are Starbucks or Black Rifle Coffee Company because they have an American flag in the background? And if we are just going to be normalizing sexual degeneracy, does it matter whether the porn star we invite to our event, which again has minors present, does it matter whether said porn star wants lower or higher taxes? In my opinion, no, it does not. And don't get me wrong, if people at BRCC still vote Republican, that's good. Everybody should. If Brandy Love still wants to vote for Trump or DeSantis or whoever come the next election cycle, that is great. But we don't.
Again, that's all they really care about. They care about, are you still going to donate and are you going to vote? So please keep donating. We care about you turning all that porn money into tangible money that we can use for our, political gain, for our apparatus. That's all cool. And if you want to vote for us, that's good too. But then otherwise, please keep your degenerate ass away from these events because it makes us all look bad.
Don't need to actively embrace every single person who agrees with us. I'm not saying we need to shun them or whatever. I'm not saying that we should cancel BRCC, get them deplatformed or whatever. But it's like, I personally should have the choice to say, no, I don't want to fund these people who think I'm racist. No, you know what? I would rather a porn star who, again, openly practices pornography, glorifies it, is trying to spread her porn everywhere, among other bodily fluids, I think that Turning Point USA should have the right to say, actually, it's great that you vote the way that we do, but I don't want you associated with our event. And on the same page, again, this is an issue that I've been thinking about for a while. I recently on social media called out conservative commentators who use Christianity as almost like a political tool and as a talking point, meanwhile living completely degenerate lifestyles once the cameras are off. And I had, again, people saying, this is infighting, this is gatekeeping. And it's like, no. This is just me having consistent standards. I'm sorry that is something that is so novel in the era of the internet that people actually refer to it as gatekeeping. But it's like, you know what? If there were a leftist commentator out there that was being a complete hypocrite, I would call them out. And I do call them out, like the champagne socialists who are super wealthy but want wealth redistributed. I call that out. And I think I should also be able to call out phony Catholics who...
That's not what you should be calling out if you're making fun of the champagne socialists, all right? Like the champagne socialists who are also advocating for massive wealth distribution, that's not really a problem.
Who use Catholicism as a talking point, meanwhile sleeping around, engaging in all manner of debauchery, getting stone high drunk, whatever it may be. And for anyone who disagrees with me, maybe we just don't have the same vision of what conservatism or the right even means to begin with. And you know what? That's okay. We can still work together when we do agree. But I don't think other people, no matter how you politically identify, have the right to tell me what behavior I should or should not find acceptable. And I mean, the whole perversion of what it even means to be conservative anymore is why I don't really identify as being conservative anymore. Because if conservatism has been watered down to essentially just mean lower taxes, less government, freedom, even to the point where, yeah, porn stars, come on in. People who think Kyle Rittenhouse is a racist and the Proud Boys are terrorists, come on in. And it's like, then I don't want to be part of that movement.
She's Canadian. The Proud Boys are a terrorist organization in Canada.
Anymore. Anyway, this has been quite the rant, so I will leave it there for now. But as always, I would love to know what you all think about this. Will you still be purchasing or supporting Black Rifle Coffee Company? Why or why not? And do you think that the right's big tent should welcome, embrace, and really lift up porn stars, even, to the detriment of, I guess, Christian morality? Let me know. But
the answer is no. So close that tent. Make it as small as possible. Fracture it. Fracture the right. Just splinter it, okay? I want to see more infighting. Tons more. I want to see all of y'all hate each other. It's glorious. Just suck it to my veins. Lauren's a terrible Christian, apparently. Uh-oh. What did Lauren do? Timothy, verse 2:12. I do not permit a woman to teach or assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. Lauren, shameful. Shameful. You have broken the rules of the Lord, your God. How dare you? How dare you? I'm going to have to tweet this at her. Do you want movies and Serfs watching the movies? So then come over to the new channels. It's the Serfs the cinema. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Can you do the thing, that thumbs up and comment and all those things that help us out in the algorithm that controls every aspect of our lives? Also, if you happen to have a Facebook account, can you delete it? Like just delete it. You should probably delete your Facebook account because it's not a great company. But hey, if you can't do that for whatever reason, I understand. And could you also go to facebook.com/thesurftimes then and give us a little like and a follow. We're just trying to push back against the fact that people like Ben Shapiro happen to dominate the platform entirely. And when everyone asks why do older generations believe the things they believe, one of the problems is the majority of them on social media use Facebook. So to counter that, we're just going to be on there too now. Also, if you happen to have a union or a worker co-op or even a leftist project, podcast, website, Zoom, MySpace, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it for free on this channel. All you got to do is go to weareserfs.com and use the forms that we got there, weareserfs.com. Thanks, everybody.
To our wonderful gods, Xander Corvus, VK Jehannam, T. Grow, and Peyton L. Just, may you smite all of our enemies. To our monarchs, Tom Spiker and the Tim Caucus, we are your humble servants, ready to do all your bidding. To our lords, Evan Nudie, Trevor R., Alexander Thaler, Ryan Lubin, and Jeff Lamb, we shall proudly carry your banner on the online battlefield. To our Knights of the Round Table, Val 9000, Jenna Tal, Dark Puppy, Quiet 185, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophojack, Saren 42, Chronic the Hemphog, Phone Jenny, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Jimmy Big Nuts, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Yopi, Josh Mickelson, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. We raise our glass and we raise our swords and we salute you.